Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to play around with these fairy lights that I ordered. And I know most people have seen them knitted as a wall hanging. And I poked around and poked around and poked around and did not see anything with them crocheted except crocheting over the top of the wire itself. Now, the knitted ones, you actually knit the wire. And I think it's really neat how they come out as a wall hanging. So I wanted to play around with them a little bit with you and knit or crochet them for the crocheters. Now, my intentions with this is to actually knit up a wall hanging. But before I do that, I wanted to play around with crochet a little bit. So this is 66 feet of fairy lights. Now, I ordered these just from Shein, or, you can order these from wherever. But this is just a basic USB fairy light setup for 66 feet. So let's go ahead and dive into it, why don't we? So let's take all right, so here is the USB end. I really want to start from the other end. Now, if you see all this on my arms, I did not get in a fight with a cat. I actually have been working here on the farm, and yeah, it's been interesting the last couple of days. So please excuse my mess of arms and hands. Let's see if we can find the end. Here we are. Here's the end. All right. I think we need to turn this around. All right. There's a start. All right, so we're just going to do probably a small chain, and I think the best thing to do for this would be to just kind of leave a little tail here, but create a circle. Don't put a knot in it. Kind of hold it with your fingers, yarn over, or wire over in this case, and pull through. And don't tighten it down super tight. That's going to be the challenge here for a lot, is to not over tighten this. So we're going to just attempt to create a chain. And we're going to make the chain just about as wide as you would for whatever size wall hanging you want. Now, because I literally am just trying this out, I'm going to just do a few chains, and then what I'll do is work back into the chains, into those big loops you're seeing. All right. So there we are. I'm going to classify that as a chain 1, that last chain. Then I'm going to go into the first one. Let's create just some single crochets and see what happens. Like that. And the objective is going to be to give yourself plenty of room in your loops, that you're not kinking the wire. I'm not guaranteeing this is going to work out, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, well, that's an interesting menagerie. Okay, so that is definitely quite interesting, but we'll keep going with it. So we're going to just chain one and turn and go into what appears to be the first stitch. And now what I think I'm going to do is work in the just one loop. I'm not going to try to go under both loops. I'm just going to go into the back loop only, basically. Definitely interesting. Now for this, I'm using a Q, which is a 17, let's see, Q17. 15.75 millimeter is what the hook says. All right, so there it is. That is row 2. All right, let's go one more row. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. I would not do more than just single crochet, and I definitely would do back loop only. I don't want to do too many rows because, like I said, I do want to actually knit this into a wall hanging. But I figured before I did that, I would try to have a little fun with it and crochet something and see how it worked, because I could not find anything that showed it crocheted other than crocheting over the top of the fairy lights and adding different little things to it. So I figured I would try just crocheting the actual fairy light wire. It's definitely different. almost to the end here. Okay, so that is the squirrel's nest of single crochets. That is 3 rows now. And the objective would be to continue to crochet this, for instance, a piece of fabric. And then you would hang it on the wall with your hook still in the last loop. And yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me know, have you done anything with fairy lights before? Did you knit it? Have you tried crocheting it? How did yours turn out? If you have and would like to share, I would love to see a picture of it. Please feel free to tag me on Instagram, send me a private email, or jump over to our Facebook group and add a picture in the Facebook group and tell us about what you did and how it came out. So here it is, our crocheted fairy lights with just single crochet. Now I am going to pop this all back out and knit it up into a swatch. Let's see what we end up with as we frog it out here real quick. Definitely going to have to go slow frogging it here. And just like with any wire, it's going to kink if you're not careful, because it is a very thin wire. All right, so there's that. I'm going to shut the lights off and take a picture of it and show you what it looks like lit up. Move that piece out of the way. But here it is, crocheted and lit up. So it can be done. And yeah, it's quite interesting looking, but so is the knitted. The knitted piece looks very similar as well. And yeah, lots of fun. All right, I hope that you guys enjoyed this short video, and maybe you might get some fairy lights and play around with it. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now, everyone.